Good evening. You're watching Big Bang with me, Shruti. And first up, the issue of dividing the Palike has been gathering a lot of momentum in the past few weeks. A special council meet has finally arrived at a consensus.
Dividing BBMP is an insult to Kempegowda. Dividing BBMP is dividing Kempegowda's soul. These were the slogans that marred the council meet today. A special BBMP council meet had been convened today to discuss the issue of dividing the Palike. Calling the division an insult to Kempegowda, the ruling BJP opposed the move. Instead, they suggested the implementation of Kasturi Rangan committee report and hiring more employees to make the Palike more efficient. Reacting to this, the opposition blamed the ruling party of making the Palike inefficient.
ಪಾಲಿಕೆ ವಿಭಜನೆ ಆಗಬಾರದು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮದು ಮೊದಲೇ ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯ. ಬಟ್ ಈ ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾವನೆ ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಈ ಬಿಜೆಪಿ ಮತ್ತು ಇವರು ಅಡ್ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟಿವ್ ಆಡಳಿತದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ದುರಾಡಳಿತ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಕೋಟ್ಯಾಂತರ ರೂಪಾಯಿ ವ್ಯವಹಾರಗಳಾಗಿದೆ, ಇವತ್ತು ಹಗರಣಗಳಾಗಿದೆ, ಇವತ್ತು ಸುಮಾರು 5 ರಿಂದ 6 ಸಾವಿರ ಕೋಟಿಗೂ ಸಾಲ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಇವತ್ತು 1 ರಿಂದ 1.5 ಕೋಟಿ ಒಂದು ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ ಬಡ್ಡಿ ಕಟ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಈ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಯನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸರಿಯಾದ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆಡಳಿತ ನಡೆಸಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇದನ್ನು ವಿಭಜನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಸಮರ್ಪಕವಾದ ಆಡಳಿತ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾವನೆ ಬಂದಿರಬಹುದು ವಿನಾ ಈ ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾವನೆಗೆ ಇವರ ದುರಾಡಳಿತನೇ ಕಾರಣ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಮಾತನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ.
The Congress wasn't done at that. They clarified that they were not the ones who proposed the division of BBMP and would not take the blame for the same. Soon, the ruling and the opposition arrived at a consensus and took a decision not to divide the Palike. Instead, a memorandum was submitted to the government to strengthen the Palike by adopting all the suggestions made at the council meet.
ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಸಭೆನ ಕರೆದಿದ್ದ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ವಿಭಜನೆ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಂದೇ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಿಂದ ವಿಭಜನೆ ಆಗೋದು ಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ಚರ್ಚೆನಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿದ್ರು.
Just when the issue of dividing the Palike was being sorted out, the opposition started another verbal duel, chiding the ruling party for wasting taxpayers' money on catching rats. In all, it was an eventful day at the Palike Council meet today. Amidst protests and ruckus, the decision to not divide the Palike certainly comes as a big achievement. Pramod Shastri, News9, Bengaluru.
Greed for money ended in a gruesome act on a little child in Austin town. Take a look at what the relatives of a 7-year-old did to her.
She was just a 7-year-old. She likes spending quality time with her aunt and uncle. But this innocent girl fell prey to their greed. Rathiba Nisar was a student at Dhanraj Phulchand School. Yesterday at around 1 p.m., Rathiba's aunt, Shabrina, visited her school and took Rathiba away with her. She informed the teachers that Rathiba's grandmother had passed away and was taking the child to the funeral ceremony. Shabrina then took Rathiba to her house and locked her up there. She, along with her husband Salman, boldly made a ransom call to Rathiba's parents and demanded 10 lakh rupees in return for their daughter. They warned them not to inform the police. The worried parents immediately filed a complaint at the Ashok Nagar police station. The police obtained a sketch of the lady who took Rathiba away from school from the teachers. Even as the investigations were underway, Shabrina and Salman did the unthinkable. They strangled Rathiba to death. In a cruel twist of fate, Rathiba's parents approached Shabrina to help them lodge a complaint at the police station. A panic-stricken Shabrina asked her husband Salman to accompany the parents. Salman, who reached the police station, informed the cops that he would help them crack the case. Suspecting his behavior, the police interrogated him and he spilled the beans.
They strangulated the girl, killed the girl, and the dead body was hidden in their bedroom under the cot. And this man started searching for the girl. He started acting as if he is very worried, and he was all along with the parents. When we cracked the case, we interrogated him, we came to know that Salman and his wife Shireen is involved in the heinous crime. We have taken them, we have arrested them, and body is recovered, and material which is involved in the crime is also recovered. We are asking for the police custody of these two accused. We are investigating the case.
The police have now arrested the accused, Salman and Shabrina. Deepak Bopanna, News 9, Bengaluru.
Bengalurians have been waiting for metro services, but BMRCL's poor planning is all set to give bad news to those waiting for it.
Metro work progressing at snail's pace. Tracks present, but no trains. Metro flyover work on Mysore Road has been completed. Tracking and signalling too are on the verge of completion. If things go as per BMRCL's plan, the Purple Line metro service could have started in the month of September this year. But there is bad news for all those waiting for the Purple Line. Metro was expected to start service between Mysore Road and Magadi Road from September this year. The 6.4 kilometer long stretch covering Hosahalli, Vijayanagar, Atiguppe and Deepanjali Nagar is almost ready in all aspects, but getting the metro coaches on the track is going to take some time. Yes, call it lack of planning. BMRCL is not in a position to get the coaches on the track. For the coaches to be shifted onto this track, the 4.8 kilometer long stretch connecting phase 1 to Magadi Road has to be completed. Once that is done, the coaches can be shifted conveniently.
ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ ಹಾಕುವ ಕೆಲಸ ಕೂಡ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಆಗಿದೆ. ನಾವು ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಸುಮಾರು 6 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ ಹಾಕಬೇಕು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಲೈನ್ ಅಪ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡೌನ್ ಲೈನ್ ಸೇರಿದರೆ 6 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ ಹಾಕಬೇಕು. ಈಗಾಗಲೇ 2 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ ಹಾಕಾಗಿದೆ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರತಿ ದಿವಸ ನಾವು ಸುಮಾರು 100 ಮೀಟರ್ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ ಹಾಕ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ಥರ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಹಿಡಿದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾವು ಇನ್ನೂ 45 ದಿವಸಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ ಹಾಕೋ ಕೆಲಸ ಮುಗೀತದೆ. ಸೊ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ ಹಾಕೋ ಕೆಲಸ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ತಿಂಗಳು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಥರ್ಡ್ ರೈಲ್ ಹಾಕಬೇಕು, ಸಿಗ್ನಲಿಂಗ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಅದು ಆದಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಟ್ರೈನ್ಸನ್ನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬೋದು. ಅದು ಟ್ರಯಲ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ.
The stretch between Bayapanhalli and MG Road and the one between Pina and Sampige Road did not face this problem since metro depots were functional much before the completion of the phase. But that has not been the case with the Purple Line. None of the stations on Purple Line have a depot. Now the tunnel works has to be completed and only then can the stretch become operational. There is an option of laying tracks temporarily, but it is not safe. Since there isn't a depot between Magadi Road and Mysore Road, the trains have to come to Bayapanhalli depot every night for inspection. Hence, the completion of the tunnel work is a must. The work on this stretch has just begun and it will take 3 months for completion. Lack of planning has delayed the operations on this stretch. It now remains to be seen if BMRCL will take note of the issue and speed up the process. Pavitra for News 9, Bengaluru.
Bangalore University has finally learned from its previous mistakes. In a glaring move, the Bangalore University's Vice-Chancellor has taken the Chief Minister head-on.
BU Vice-Chancellor takes a tough stand. Objects to CM's recommendation. Bangalore University Vice-Chancellor has written to the Chief Secretary of Higher Education Department saying that the university would not need Professor Somshekar's services as the registrar of the university. Despite glaring allegations against Professor Somshekar, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah had recommended his name of BU registrar. Professor such glaring allegations, the Chief Minister wrote a letter to the Chief Secretary asking Somashekar to be appointed as the registrar of either Bangalore University or Mysore University. When Chief Secretary Rajneesh Goyal sought Thimme Gowda's opinion on Professor Somashekar, the VC made it clear that BU could function without his services. News 9 got access to the letter written by Professor Thimme Gowda to the Chief Secretary. The university has been contemplating initiating an inquiry into the irregularities during the tenure of Professor Somashekar as BU's registrar. An investigation agency will be asked to conduct the inquiry. Following a directive from the Home Department, the university has decided to file an FIR against Professor Somashekar. Since several allegations have been leveled against Professor Somashekar, reinstating him as the registrar will bring disrepute to the university. I strongly recommend that he should not be reinstated as the registrar of Bangalore University. Well, an FIR is going to be filed against Professor Somashekar soon. Meanwhile, BU has sought clarity on Dr. Savadathi report. Once the same is received, BO will take a call on Professor Somashekhar's appointment. Amrita Patil for News 9, Bengaluru.